Yo, 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 what's happening, people? Okay, we are live right now, live from the village right now. Oof, it is 1 minute past 8 p.m. right now. It is the 17th of July, 2023 right now. It is Monday movie night right now. We're about to watch Night of the Living Dead right now. As he Boom 65 is in the house right now. Yo! I don't think I've seen you for a long ass time, man. I think it's been a while, like more than a year. I think it's been since the last time I seen your name pop up in the chats. How you doing? How you doing? If you're still there, I don't know. You might have just left. I don't know. Anyway, it is Night of the Living Dead, the 1990 remake starring Tony Todd. It is available on Amazon or Apple or other streaming services to buy or rent if you want to watch along, or if you got it on DVD, Blu-ray, VHS, any other format if you want to watch along, get it ready on Zero. But if you don't have access to it, and if you don't want to get access to it, that's all good. You can still come along and have some fun. Oof. Let me catch my breath for a little bit. Let me switch over to this screen and chat for a little bit. Yo, little Jakes. Wagwan Jacob, how you doing, man? Been a minute, sir. How's work? How's work? How's life? How things? Good to see you too, man. Good to see you too. Yeah, I've had a pretty full-on day today, actually. So got up, did some vacuuming because you got to keep clean, right? Got to keep the house clean. Cleaned down the car as well, vacuumed out, wiped down the outside. Listen, yeah, I cleaned up my car, washed it, vacuumed, all of that. I go back inside so I can, wash myself up, get myself ready and all that. I look out the window. This is maybe about 10-15 minutes later. I look out the window and it just rained. Right after I cleaned my car, it just rained. I was like, really? Really? But hey, it could be worse, man. Could be worse. But yeah, did some driving cab work in the morning. Got back maybe about 30 minutes ago, a little over 30 minutes ago. Set this stream up and I was like, yeah, we're good to go. We good to go. It is Night of the Living Dead today. Oof. This movie is 1 hour and 28 minutes and 16 seconds. Can tell that's pretty good. I've been alright, man. I've been alright. Trying to do my little thing. Brax Biv in a place to bivvy, Wagwan. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Work's going well. Life is great. Awesome. That is good to hear. That is good to hear. Oof. Yeah, the weather in the UK is temperamental. For real, for real. Kind of catch my breath a little bit. So yesterday, actually, let me tell you a quick little story. Great to be back. Great to have you back, man. Been a while, man. You gotta tell us what's been happening. But yeah, yesterday I went to this place called Amigos, right? It's a burger joint, I guess you could say. They got a chain of restaurants in London and probably other places as well, but I've only in London. But I've seen them around, but I've never been before. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm in town. Let me treat myself a little bit. Let me go to this Amigos and see what they're hitting on. But the things before that, maybe about 20 minutes before that, I'm going through my finances. I'm on, my mobile phone using the apps, the banking apps and stuff like that, going through my finances, and I'm moving money around, making sure that I've got stuff in the right place, make sure I'm not spending too much money here, making sure I've got enough money for things coming later on, blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff. I'm just kind of doing that, right? And I kind of figured, okay, cool. I'm gonna allow myself, what was it again? It was £9. That was it, yeah, £9 to go to Amigos and seal up, get me little something for £9, yeah, or £9 or less. So like I said, I've never been Amigos before, and if you have been Amigos, you might know how the story ends. Turns out that ain't much you can get for £9 in Amigos. Turns out that ain't much you can get for £9. I managed to find something. It was a meal for $6.99. And it was okay, you know, but it definitely wasn't like, you see like the ones they advertise, like the big like burgers, like the fried chicken, the chicken burgers and stuff like that. But they're all like $11.99, like them kind of prices, and I'm like, man. But yeah, I managed to get something from there for $6.99. It was pretty good, but it was a small burger. Came with some chips. The chips were nice though, to be fair. Chips were nice. And it just came with a regular drink. I think it was a Sprite. It came with. I mean, they gave you a choice of like regular sort of, you know, fizzy drinks, and I got Sprite. So no milkshakes and nothing like that. But yeah, it did have a nice. The burger was nice. I can't be too mad. It was a nice burger. It was small. But it was quite nice, so I can't be too mad at that. Maybe next time I have to be a little bit more prepared and be like, okay, maybe come up with just a little bit more money next time. Try one of their proper meals and see what they're really doing. Brexit's good, awesome. Haze, have you seen the new Street Fighter 6 game? I've seen bits of it, yeah. I haven't really paid much attention to it, to be honest, though. But yeah, I've seen like some clips and some of the characters and how they look, and it looks pretty cool. But I mean, Street Fighter's just not a game for me anymore, man. My Street Fighter days are just well and truly over. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still got love for Street Fighter, and every now and then I still kind of check in on it, on some of the competitions and that kind of thing. But as far as me playing Street Fighter goes, nah, I had to retire that game. It's just not for me anymore. It's not for me anymore. Long gone are the Street Fighter 2 days when I used to rule that game, but these new ones, it's not for me anymore. But yeah, I have seen a little bit of it. For real, like £9 could get you like a whole banquet back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you can get like, bro, I remember used to get in school, used to get like a burger and chips for like £1 or something like that, and it's like. And they'll give you, and I mean, school meals weren't great, but they'll still give you quite a lot of chips, so you get decent burger as well. But yeah, man, back in the day, £9, you'd be like eating like this as a whole table and stuff. But now, now barely gets you anything. Got a small portion of chips and a tiny little burger, but. Go to any food train nowadays, you can't go there with less than a score to eat nice. Now for sure, man. But the thing is, I guess what it is that I'm used to, like, you know, those local chicken shops where they do like the meals for like, you know, £4.99, £5.99, you know, them kind of prices. So I'm thinking £9 is that's my thinking. £9 should be alright. £9 should be, allow myself up to £9. Yeah, I should have known. I should have known. Amigos is not a local chicken shop. I should have known. Amigos is a little bit more upmarket than your local chicken shop, so yeah, should have known better. Hey, I grew up in the arcades. I was addicted to Street Fighter. The good old days, man. I used to stretch in it for real, man. Yeah, the meal deals and the local chicken joints are not too bad. Hey, you know what? You can do alright at some of those places. I mean, it is a thing. Like, if you go like Morley's or Sam's or Chicken Cottage, any of those three places, you're fine. You know what I mean? I know people like to argue about which is the best, blah blah blah. But if you go to Morley's, Sam's, or Chicken Cottage, you're fine. There's a few other good places around as well, like local stops as well. And depending on where you live, you might have some of the other ones that you know, that kind of the off-brand ones, like, you know, the was it like KHC rather than KFC, you know, them ones like that. Yeah. Yo, what up, Sam? Sam being a place to be. But some of those places are pretty good as well. Like some of those small ones off the corner, you know. But yeah, so you could do pretty okay in your local chicken shop. But yeah, if you go in Sam's, a Chicken Cottage or Morley's, any of those, you're good. Everything else is like you're probably gonna be okay. Yeah, I mean, you're never gonna get bad chicken. Let's be honest, you're never gonna get bad chicken. But it's just whether it's gonna be like really hitting or it's gonna be okay. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. It's either going to be hitting or it's just going to be okay. You're never going to get like, I mean, if you ever, I don't know, you have to be trying it to make fried chicken horrible. I don't think you could, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a hard meal, a hard thing to make. Like, it's chicken, fried, breadcrumb, you know what I mean? You can't really go wrong with it. Like, you have to be trying to make it horrible. So, like, anywhere you go, it's going to be fine. But yeah, certain places, you know, it's just going to be hitting. So that's the difference. I don't trust the mystery. For real though, some of them ones there, they might be serving you like mouse meat. You don't even know. How you doing, Sam? How's your day going? How's your day, Ban? KFC's the worst for chicken, or way overpriced, and the portions are minuscule. You know, people say that, but I like KFC. I find I do okay in KFC. I mean, to be fair, yeah, they are a little bit overpriced. I think that is fair to say. They're a bit fair to say, but I feel like their food's pretty good. Like I do go there every now and then, like. But yeah, I mean, it's I wouldn't say. I mean, if I had to pick a favorite, it wouldn't be KFC. It'd probably be somewhere like ooh, I don't know. I think I'd probably go Morley's the most. But if I had to pick a favorite in terms of flavor, like tastes, I think between Cottage and Sam's, I'm probably Cottage. I think for me, Cottage would be where I'd say they have the best flavors, like maybe combination of herbs, spices, blah blah blah. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I'm the only one that likes KFC. By the way, I'm talking about I mean eating days. Oh right, yeah, cause yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Maybe that's why I became vegetarian, eating too much KFC and just didn't like it. Like, nah, screw this. KFC made Jacob a vegetarian. Yeah, all good. Played a little Sims today. It's been months. Awesome. Getting back into the gaming. That's what I like to hear, man. Next time, I wanna hear Sam start up a Twitch channel, live streaming The Sims, playing competitively. That's what I want to hear next. They coming to get you, Barbara. Stop it. Yo, what up, BD? BD in a place to be. Great shirt, but oh yeah, Metallica. One of my favorite bands ever. Man. Oh man, let me okay, that's done. Ooh, Carrion will probably be perfect for that. It's got drama. Oh, yo, you definitely should do it. Sam should start a Twitch channel. What's your Sam's Twitch channel? Because Sam needs a Twitch name. Let's see. I was thinking Sam's because you play Sims, but I don't know. That might be too. That might be too obvious. That might be too obvious. Maybe like I don't know. We need to think of a cool Twitch name for Sam. A cool Twitch name that everybody's gonna see and be like, "Yep, I want to check that out." That's what we need to think of. Between now and the end of the stream, we gotta come up with a Twitch name for Sam. How about Sam X? Nah, wait. I think I've got Sam X. Nah, I think I've lost it. But we'll think of something. We'll think of something. think of something. But yeah. By the way, I don't know if Sam is going to be set up a Twitch channel. By the way, I was just saying that, so it may not happen. But if you do, we've got to think of a cool name for it. All right. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? I hope you are ready on zero, because if you're not, then you better get ready on zero. Start this movie in just a moment or two. Let's see. Let me find my buttons. Oh, let's see my in-game. In my game, the husband who is old caught his wife cheating. He slapped her in the face, took the dog for a walk, and she banged the guy in the hot tub. Wow, so she got caught cheating. Husband got pissed off, and she was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go bang the guy in the hot tub. Wow, okay, that is drama. I haven't watched this movie for a minute. I haven't watched this movie at all. I've seen the original, but I've not seen this remake, so this should be a nice treat. This was recommended by Brax, I believe. It was you, Brax, that recommended this, wasn't it? I am like 80 to 90% certain it was Brax Stun Spivey that recommended this movie. So big up Brax for recommending this. Or you know, if anybody recommended anything, big up. It was Brax. Awesome. Alright, let me switch over to this screen. Okay, so hopefully you're ready, because we're gonna go 3, 2, 1 play. And in 3, 2, 1 play. Probably play Sims, yeah. Yeah, Twitch is cool. I used to do Twitch. It's a cool site, but to be honest, it just got a bit much. George A. Romero presents a Millennium Golem production. But yeah, it just got a bit much. Got a bit like, I feel like if you're gonna be on Twitch, you kind of need to be committed to the idea of streaming at least 5 days a week and at least, you know, 4 or 5 hours at a time, you know. And I'm just not that guy. I'm not trying to do that. It's just too much. They coming. They don't like being away. Rex is clearly someone of discerning taste, indeed.
Why do you have to be so mean? Hey, I'm your older brother. Being mean and heartless is part of my job.
Patricia Tallman. I won't be watching only because it's identical to the original. Ashay. Simmy Sam. That's a pretty cool name, actually.
You're still scared of her, aren't you? That's why we're here, isn't it? No, that's not.
So they remade this movie and changed nothing apart from it being color instead of black and white.
Why do we have to put ourselves through this charade?
Because she is our mother. Can't you at least give her one day out of your life?
One day? This is the 4th time we've been up here.
It's curious, are you an avid reader by any chance? Not as much as I used to be. I think it's fair to say I haven't really read any books for quite some time now, but I mean, yeah, well, let me not say avid reader. I like to read occasionally, but yeah, the last book I read I think was about a year ago, and then the last one before that was probably many years ago. So yeah, not quite avid reader, but every now and then. I don't know, okay, when it's pretty much the same movie. Yeah, just yeah, you know, it's like, I think when they do that, the movie itself is, I guess, fine, but it just feels pointless if that's all they're gonna do is just do the exact same film, like nothing's well.
You're afraid, aren't you? You really are afraid of this
For me, a good remake needs to
Through this, can we please? Just get it over with.
hold true enough to the original for it to be identifiable as what it is, but deviates enough from the original to justify its own existence. Otherwise, yeah, it's like, why bother? Like, what are you actually making this whole effort for, just to tell exactly? You just re-release the original.
Look, there's one of them now. He wants you. He's getting closer. Dangerously close.
I bet it was engrossing.
I hear you.
It was alright. It was alright. It was a book written by a journalist buddy of mine, actually. It was a pretty decent book. It was about a guy who gains these powers. He's like dying, and he gains these powers,
Johnny.
and then on his sort of last few days, he just goes around like seeking out revenge on certain people that have done him wrong over the years. So yeah. As for Ishmael is back at the hospital again, and she wanted to be sure after there was blood in the stool again. We're gonna do a colonoscopy. Okay, I see. Hopefully that goes well, man. Oh, the brother got bit. Ooh. Imagine landing on a rock head first like that. That's gotta hurt. It's been a while. Glad to be back. Yes, sir. Yes, sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. I thought I said the wrong thing to you last time we spoke. Nah, you're all good, Jakes. You're all good. Yeah, I can't. No, I don't think you've ever said anything rude. I don't think you've ever said anything rude, Jakes. I'm trying to. Yeah, I don't think. Well, to my mind, I don't think you've ever said anything rude. I don't know what other people might think. Maybe they took it another way, but I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think you've ever said anything that people have taken offense to. But yeah. Sounds like. Oh shit! I need the audio one. What's my bad? I'm not supposed to leave the audio one. Sorry. YouTube don't like it when I leave the audio on. It sounds like Barbara is having an interesting time. I mean, she kind of is, to be fair. I'll give you guys a break for me. Below the ideas they implemented here. They said it was in the lower intestinal tract. The blood was bright, so it ain't like last month, so it's fine. They say, okay, that's something at least. Game again, awesome. Okay, I appreciate apology though. I don't know what it's for. Ben. Ben, how you been? Directed by Tom Savini. So I guess all that's changed is the director, like, because I guess they've used the same script as before, just a different director's take on it. I guess that's the difference. Who's that for fetish guy? Who's normally in the chat? Oh, Frederick. Yeah, he's not been there for a little while. Actually, I don't know if he's decided to not come back or if he's taken a break. I don't know, but he's not been there for. It's been a few. I think it's been a few weeks actually. It's been a while. Hey, I'm surprised. Steamy. Helicobacter pylori. If there's a common infection, that means they'd have like a cure or a treatment for it, though, right? Yeah. Belgian Dan's the movie guy, not the medical guy. If Helicobacter pylori was a movie, you know, Belgian Dan would have seen it like 3 times already, at least. Oh, got blood dripping. Eesh. I'm back. I don't plan to go again for a while at least. Awesome. Eesh. Oh, she's surrounded. That's another reason you haven't been in Jada, because you've always been cool. That was a very unique individual, I know. I'm staying in the office. He was, well, interesting, as Dan would say. Family will always be cool here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This weekend, man. Oh my god, but today's been chill. Nice. Maybe you want to show me my what's this from? That's actually my high school sphere. He says, well, her brother had it. It runs in their family. Ah, see, so. Watch Wimbledon. I did not watch Wimbledon. I don't watch anything. I think it's over. Is it over? End of year award show for the community, and I reckon he'd scoop most of the awards for him. How can I put this politely? Well. Yeah, I think I heard like somebody said something about an unseeded woman won the tournament, won the women's tournament. That's crazy. Sister and Jacob. It's in the rule book. We find and be cool. 10 seconds later. Was there when he won the first in 2011? 2011. Agres played superbly until pop at first set. Hampton won the boys singles title, the first British boy. Yeah, since 1960. Okay. Was it Arthur Ashes? Was like 1960 something, wasn't it? Was that Arthur Ashes? Or am I thinking of something else? Was the last British person to win Wimbledon, Arthur Ashes? I know it. I know it kind of. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. British. When I was Stanley Matthews. Okay. So who's Arthur Ashes then? Like, did I just make that name up? I swear I've heard that name somewhere before. Maybe wrong that game. I kind of coffee. I can't be held responsible for my actions. Speaking of coffee, I'm gonna need everybody's sympathy right now because like the kitchen's about to get refurbished, right? Which is cool, of course. That's a good thing. But while we're getting ready for like the builders and all that to come, we're moving a bunch of stuff out of the kitchen, right? Which means things like making proper coffee is just not happening right now, and I'm just left with instant coffee for now. And instant coffee could be kind of hit and miss, it's never great, but it could be edible, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. It's instant coffee with honey, just to make it taste a little bit better. Instant coffee with honey is what I've been having lately, and that's not going to change for a while. It could be a week or two before the time the kitchen's ready again. So yeah, I need everybody's sympathy right now because I've been drinking instant coffee lately. thoughts and prayers. I appreciate that. Last British males singles champion was Andy Murray. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember Andy Murray actually. Yeah, this feeling back to the rules. Oh, one, never hide the coffee and don't speak before the first coffee. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Sometimes it's like the queen when I only speak when spoken too fast. I'm a coffee fan myself, I understand. I can't function without it. Alright, Jakes, I've got a question for you as a coffee fan. What is your go-to coffee? Like, you go to, I don't know, Starbucks or Costa or any coffee. Your coffee shop of choice. You go to your coffee shop of choice. What is your typical order when you go? Only in the morning. Excuse me. I'm like, oh yeah. That works. So I'm back and forth now. So good. Appreciate that, Jakes. Gotta do what you gotta do. My single order is make coffee, put coffee in cup, enjoy coffee. Yeah, is that black coffee? I'm guessing then no milk, no sugar. Do you guys ever drink any of the fancy coffees? I think I've tried some, but I mean, what would you? How are you defining fancy coffee? I mean, I've tried different types of coffee grounds, coffee roasting. You know, beans from different parts of the world. Um, you know, medium roast, light roasts, dark roast. You know, I've tried different types of coffees. Fine grounds, medium. You know, lucky no milk, no sugar, just coffee. Costa coffee. Okay, that's what I call it fancy. um, yeah. To be honest, I wouldn't call Costa fancy. I'll just call them overpriced. Like we're talking about KFC being overpriced. Costa is overpriced. But it's certainly not fancy. Like they're just overpriced. I mean, their coffee is fine. It's not bad or anything like that, but it is so overpriced. I really dislike my children when they are nagging for breakfast and I haven't had my first sip yet. Oof. Like, I need this, please. I need my coffee crusty once. It tasted funny, like Krusty the Clown. But yeah, costs are okay. They're just overpriced. Starbucks, I mean, out of like the big coffee chains, you know, you got Costa, Starbucks, Cafe Nero. Um, if we're talking just straight regular coffee or any kind of like latte, things like that, I personally prefer Starbucks coffee over all of them. But if we're talking about iced coffees, then I prefer Cafe Nero. That being said, I feel like the best coffees you get are usually from the smaller independent, say the artisan places. Like if you could find like an artisan coffee shop, they usually have like the best coffee. Like they get like the milk ratio just spot on. Like I feel like with Costa, they put too much milk. It feels they put way too much milk, and it just feels like just drinking milk, just warm milk with like a little bit of espresso with taste in there. It's like, but yeah, you go to like the coffee shops, like the small coffee shops, the artisan coffee shops, and like they get the ratios just like, and you get the pattern in the coffee as well. Where did you get that free hot chocolate, which was really warm milk? Oh, that. That was Sainsbury's. It was a well, actually, yeah, it was Sainsbury's, but it was a coffee machine in Sainsbury's. It was a Costa coffee machine, and I guess the machine wasn't really working too well or something, or maybe it hadn't been filled up properly or something. I don't know, but yeah, it was a Costa coffee machine and a Sainsbury's. Can't be mad at that. I didn't pay for it. And what are your guys' favorite coffee places apart from your house, of course? Like, what's your favorite coffee shops? You should probably take the weapon with him though. Don't have a favorite coffee location. Oh, okay. You want to get that gun, Tony Todd? Come on, you the candy man. Yeah, one good thing about London though, there is a lot of coffee shops. Like you are never far away from a coffee shop in London. Like there's so many. Like there's literally like any high street you go on, any place you go, there's coffee shops there. So like you'll never, if you want a coffee in London, you don't have to look far. Granted, it's not always going to be good coffee, but you're never far away from a coffee shop. something terrible happened to me. Something terrible happened to me over the weekend. I decided to treat us all to a Mackey's breakfast because, you know, Elliot was that. Well, I got my coffee with my breakfast and I dropped it. The whole thing all over the floor. Oh no. Ish, that's thoughts and prayers, Sam. Thoughts and prayers. That's tough. Did it stain as well? Oof. It's bad if you don't get the coffee. Is it gonna leave a stain? Oof, mate. I'm not seeing this version, but I saw the original, and I assume it's basically a carbon copy. So I've never felt the need to watch this one. If you've already seen it before, which one do you prefer? I'm watching this remake for the first time. Sam said earlier that it's pretty much the same as the original, and so far, yeah, I could concur. We're about just about half hour into it, and yeah, it is pretty much exactly the same as the original. A few minor differences, I guess, maybe here and there, but certainly nothing of any real note. No exclusives for use. I know there are chicken shops. I know there are so many good places there. No, for sure. Chicken shops and Shepherd's Bush. You know what? That's a good question, actually. Does London have more chicken shops or coffee shops? I don't know. You know, it might be pretty close because there's a lot of chicken shops and there's a lot of coffee shops. I don't know which one's more. There might. Oof. It could be pretty close. I think coffee shops might just have the edge. I think there's probably just slightly more coffee shops, but there's definitely a lot of both for sure. Something, but you haven't seen it yet. Oh, okay. Swearing Ben, but there was tears off. Yeah, I like both versions of the film. Notice the difference soon enough. Okay. It's a close one. This is that. Not really. Didn't remember it being that different. To detail. Don't want to spoil anything. Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, so far, like I said, about half hour into it, from memory, I feel like, yeah, they're pretty much the same. I'm sure there's like some dialogue changes and maybe some movement changes and things like that, but from what I can remember, it does feel pretty much exactly the same, but yeah, maybe some bigger changes are still to come. More than just dialogue changes. Okay, okay. I guess we're Gender neutral zombies. I didn't see it the whole way through, then I was probably put off with how samey it was. Well, we might be in for a big surprise then. Check the same on that spoiler. That's alright, that's alright. We got less than an hour to go, so not too long. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Cooper in this one though. I think the Cooper in both of them is like Night of the Living Rainbow. Alright. Is that a hint? This guy's just angry. I didn't see the whole Psycho remake either because, well, I saw it was identical. Yeah, I never bought the Psycho remake. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Never say never, right? But Psycho original though was an excellent film. That was shot for shot read. Okay, so that wins exactly. Okay. You bunch of yo-yos. So that's something's different. Yeah, I think the last one I saw the original was probably over a year ago now. So I'm sure I've maybe forgotten some details and I may not spot every difference right off the bat, but we'll see, we'll see. Was it a Psycho remake? Oh, there's more. Oh, don't get any ideas, Barbara. think she might have heard you say that. Oh, they're making a lot of noise. That's his face. Doesn't make convince the serial killer either. He's no what's the guy? I forget his name right now. The original Norman Bates. That guy had a psychotic face. Like the way he smiled in that movie was just like the eyes. There's going to be a remake of Return of the Living Dead film. Won't be watching it though. Won't be watching it. Okay, why not? Question for you all: would you stay upstairs or downstairs? I can't answer without spoilers. Oof. Okay. Happens usually downstairs. All right. I think so far in this scenario, as we are about 41 minutes into the movie, I would say I'd stick with Ben. He seems to be the most level-headed of all of them, so I'd stick with Ben. So whether Ben goes upstairs, downstairs, stays in the middle, I'm sticking with Ben. I know how Ben ends up in the original. We'll see what happens in this one if they do that. If they do the same thing. But I'll say that I'll stick with Ben because he just seems the most level-headed out of everybody there. I'll be a fuck up for the previous films. Oh, it'll be a fuck up for the previous films. That were good, especially first 9 times out of 10. Yeah, you stick with me, Haze. Exactly. Ben, get us through this. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if when it comes to remakes of Brax, I mean, yeah, sometimes, in fact, a lot of times they're not as good as the originals, but, and I get it, there's not always an inclination to watch them, but man, you know, you never know how bad or good they are until you actually watch them, so. For the original, yeah. Definitely wouldn't want to stick with this guy. He's too egotistical, too arrogant, and way too emotionally unstable. Ben, you in my mind. Hey, wait. Music. Oh, right, okay. Oh, my bad, my bad. You put that on. Wait, does that play? Yeah, yeah. You'll know well, getting old, man, getting old. I'm not always bothered if they're as good or not. It's what they're going to do. Bring to the table problem remakes or to maybe sequels as they don't really care about the movie. So, yeah. You're way too lazy for excellent. Well, yeah, I know. Forgetting my duties. Okay, for this bit is a little bit different. Maybe not massively different. Are you winning, son? Alright, wrestlers, we should have our own theme music whenever we enter the chat phase to play. What would your theme music be? Like when you walk into the office at work, or when you go to the shops, or when you turn up at the motive, what's your entrance music? Playback. I meant to say before. Pornhub is your entrance music. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, okay. Will Smith, boom, shake the. Oh, okay, that's a good one. That's my entrance music right there. Green Day, Jesus, okay, I'm not sure I know that one, but Green Day pretty cool. And I feel like I have a few different theme musics. I have a few. I've maybe like there's 3 songs that I'm thinking of right now. There's 3 songs I'm thinking of right now. One of them is Earthquake by Labyrinth. And there's also Talking the Hardest by Giggs. and then Hot Nigger by Bobby Schmurder. I feel like those, between those three, like maybe cycle them depending on the occasion, but I feel like those three, those would be like interest musics. Welcome to the office. Music plays and someone goes, "Hey, I know that song." Well, at least you got a buddy. They go down. But let's make a prequel idea more often than not. It's because they have run out of ideas, and you're gonna get it. Yeah. Oh, come on, Cooper. What are you doing? Cooper. Oof. Enter Sandman. Yes, I'm too often. I think this bit's different. I don't think this is an original. I don't think Bob shooting all these people. I don't think that's in the original. I feel like that song, what I bet is catchy. Catchy. I mean, to be fair, yeah. Last week you run some there. Song to Street Hawk would be nice. Street Hawk. Then I think he has a crush on Sam. Yeah. He well, has a crush on somebody. Secret crush. Won't tell us who. But hey, is it Sam? Could be. Could be. Yeah, there's some good ones in there, Brax. Some zombie movies. This Cooper guy gonna try and steal the radio. See your feet. Ball there apparently. Well, I mean, it's pretty smooth. Well, actually not right now, but you can't tell from the video. He did all. He did ask me. Then he asked for the effect of my thing because you know that's what I do. Yeah, I think that was supposed to be like, you know how you ask the father for permission to marry the daughter? I think that's what Fred was thinking. Like, wait a minute. Only Sam's. Actually, that could be a good Twitch name. She turned into Sarah Connor real quick. I think that's different from the first one. I'm guessing it isn't. You're my favorite deputy. You don't have to ask what his response was. And being and since our few songs are questions about my mental health. By the way, Jakes, Woody is a Sam only privilege. Just so you know, that's a Sam only privilege. I ain't gonna explain why. I'm gonna let your mind wander, but Woody is a Sam only privilege. That's so good. By the way, speaking of that, actually, the other day, I think like maybe a couple of days ago, I did get to feel up on a random pussy. That was pretty cool. So, I mean, I always stay away. I mean, I normally stay away from other guys. You know what I mean? I wait from normally to always. Alright. I understand. What the hell, that's just right. Maybe privilege is you guys can suck it. And Barbara got trigger happy real quick though. So fraudulent slip of a sort of one. I mean, you can call it that if you want to, but I understand what you meant. Right. I'm calling it that. Must have been pretty bad to them. I'm surprised I'm not irritated here. Oh, uh-oh, Helen. Set them on fire. Burn them all. Oh, they got it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. IRC, he appointed you, LJ, as his friend. What does IIRC mean, by the way? I don't think I actually know. IIRC. Oh, if I remember correct. Oh, okay, yeah. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Isn't that bad? It was just something a bit other day with my mental health. And the last thing I wanted to do was talk about it, so I didn't appreciate the questioning. Yeah, just trying to get him to stop questioning stuff, but Oof, that explosion. He was trying to get him to stop question stuff, but well, without going into too much of his personal business, yeah, yeah. I don't think the car explodes in the original. I think that's a pretty big change. I don't remember the car exploding. Yeah, he shot the thing, the tanker in it. So it's like probably not a good idea. No, he just no question there. No, I was trying to be polite. I was irritated. Yeah, he's saying that you Mission Impossible movie. Yeah, I have not, but no, that looks really cool though. Not so safe in a cellar after all. But yeah, they've got some cool stunts in these Mission Impossible movies, and it's not the Tom Cooper. But yeah, I kind of tapped out at the Mission Impossible movies after I think the fourth one. I think I saw up to 4, and I haven't seen the rest of them since. But yeah, I need to get back to those because they've made some pretty good films, to be fair. That was an easy down. Just wanted to tell them to F off. uh. Yeah, exactly. Then he only had something like perhaps that is why he hasn't returned, because he felt shame. He's not being positive for lots of what I've seen. That's different. I think this bit is different from the original. So I don't think Ben gets shot. I mean, not by Cooper anyway, in the original. Find out. You guys. Active in this one as well. Yeah, definitely. I feel like, yeah, she was the original Sarah Connor, because this is before Terminator 2. This is 1990. Terminator 2 was like 1904. So she was Sarah Connor before Sarah Connor was Sarah Connor. I can talk about that stuff easily, but on days when I'm really feeling, and then I'm looking for distraction, it's the last thing I want to talk about. Being catatonic from muscle moving. Yeah, Bravo is pretty much just like blonde girl sits in corner from the original. Yeah, it was brown. Breaking for his time. Oh, this house is overrun. I get that. Yeah. No, that's understandable. Like, I mean, we have days where it's like we're good to go, and other days where it's like, you know what, I just not today. And the last thing you need is somebody like pestering you or insisting on answering questions that you don't want to answer. It's like, no, just, you said it multiple times already, just not today. Not today. Was at the time in America. I mean, like, mindless. Everybody's like a mindless creature trying to the zombies, of course. I mean, I don't know. I think the zombies are probably accurate. I feel like the zombies are probably the most accurate bit. Everybody just sound like a mindless drone following the herd, while a bunch of egotistical, arrogant guys argue it out and shoot each other. Yeah, that makes sense to me. YouTube for Philadelphia. These exist today in America, sadly. Yeah, I think zombies exist everywhere. V-I-A-S in your head. The cranberries, yeah, man. Yes, indeed. Zombies be eating mice as well. Yeah, with that, China Kensington. It's like a zombie apocalypse. It is indeed. Okay, might have to check that out afterwards. What's it called? Kensington Avenue, Philadelphia. Alright, we'll try and check it out afterwards. Anyone who follows anyone or anything blindly, zombified. Raw. Reactivated bodies is what they're calling them. Yeah, they figured this all out already. Yeah, it's really tragic. Seeing all those drug addicts in that area. You know, I love social media, but it's sad when I'm trained around the public to see everyone attached to them. I don't know how they can live like that. So and it's just allowed to happen. Yeah, the phone thing, I feel like I'm probably in two minds about, because like a phone is not just a phone anymore. It hasn't been that way for a long time. And although it's fair to say that a lot of times you see people glued to their phones, yeah, they're probably on like some social media app or something. You know, there's also other scenarios where it's like they could be sending an email or writing notes for a book they're writing, or you know what I mean. There's a lot of things you could do it on your phone. Little lady. But yeah, I mean, it's like I know I do a lot on my phone, and to be fair, I know not everything I do on my phone is exactly productive. I know that. I ain't gonna try and pretend. I know. But I feel get some productivity done on my phone as well. So yeah, I'm one of those guys that I think from the outside looking in, I would look like I'm glued to my phone, but I also know that it's not all just pissing around. Like I am sometimes doing something worthwhile. Sometimes. Just ignore it, it's crazy. Be right back, alright? Las Vegas and Dead, Slovenian soldiers, and Resident Evil. Retreation were on some other issue. I feel sorry for women who are addicted to the image of their lives, like on the streets. Yeah, that could be a lot. Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the shames, like, society does have a lot of focus on image and gratification through likes, or validation rather through likes and that sort of thing. And as much as people be saying stuff, and yeah, you know, it's not real and blah blah blah, but we all kind of feed into it in some way. Yeah, those channels, well, sometimes I feel, what's the point? Ultimately, they have to make the effort and go to rehab. I know it's not an easy process, but it has to be done. Okay. So that's another pretty big difference to the ending. Maybe people turn their lives around. Let's try and check it. Another difference to the ending. Okay. I mean, I think in the original he gets shot anyway, but I think he turns to a zombie before he gets shot, Cooper. This time he just got murdered. And let's see even more. Oh, Sam's back. Oh yeah, let me not forget my duties again. You see some of these addicts fragment. Okay. Well, that was Night of the Living Dead, the 1990 remake. Actually, it's not over yet, my bad. But, yeah. One point bad. And the ending changed to fit the events of the time to have more. To start it on more talks and solutions. Okay, there we go. It's over now. Credits are rolling. Which you prefer, Haze original or 90s version? Fair point. So yeah, I would say overall I liked it in the sense that you know, I like the original one, and this is pretty much for the most part the same as the original. They did change a few things here and there, and that's fine. I'm not sure the changes greatly impact the overall kind of points and story though. Like a lot of the changes they make are more surface level changes. I mean, they're big changes in the sense that there's events that happen in this that don't happen in the original, like the explosions and, you know, Ben dying at the end or getting zombified. So, like, they are significant changes. But what I mean is that they, to my mind, and again, it's been a while since I've seen the original, I don't think the changes made here greatly impacts the overall feel of the movie. You know, like it doesn't necessarily change the meaning or anything like that. But yeah, it was fine. I guess I'm not sure it's as impactful. Then it wouldn't be. This is 1990. That was like 1967 or something like that. But yeah, no, it's fine. In terms of what I'm gonna say the original. I mean, the original's the original. Like, you gotta love the original. We don't gut it, but you know, I'm gonna say the original. But yeah, I think this was a decent enough film. Probably worth watching again at some point as well. But yeah, it was alright. It was alright. It was alright. I like the band, Dan like the changes. Yeah, I thought the changes were pretty cool. Like I like the explosion. That was interesting. And I think, of course, you have to change things because otherwise, really, what is the point? So yeah, I thought the changes were cool. I didn't mind them at all. They made sense. I like that they made Barbara more of a badass in this one, and that was pretty cool. The original Sarah Connor. Now we know where Sarah Connor was. Sarah Connor's inspired by. The original's a masterpiece indeed. Barbara ended up being, yeah. Barbara definitely had a better time in this movie than in the original. That's for sure. Game changer in this when they made better use of certain characters. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. That's a very fair assessment. Like the original, yeah, they definitely did certain things that, like especially with Barbara, definitely came out probably the most improved character to my mind. The NOFTD. Oh wait, not doing there. That 1980 virtual reunion was 2 years ago. I think it's on YouTube. Okay, cool. Tony Talk hanging out with the dead guys. Well, he's dead now too, I guess. 1990 version, step back. The day, all set in modern day. It was set in 89 actually, so it was released in 1990, but yeah, it was actually set in 1989. They did mention the year at some point, a couple of times during it. But yeah, August 99, I think it was set. Alrighty, so I'm gonna take like a quick little break for maybe about 5-ish minutes. If you could guys stick around, that'd be awesome. We could talk more about the Night of the Living Dead and maybe check out this Kensington Avenue, Philadelphia channel as well. But yeah, I'm going to press this button and I'll see y'all in a little bit. Ciao for now. Ciao for now. I forgot to turn the microphone on. Wow, 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 wow. One sec. I've got the noise for that somewhere. Alright, cool. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for letting me know that I forgot to turn the mic on. Alright, here we are. Here we are. Okay, I was just catching up with the chat though. So, remakes that surpass the original. I would go with The Thing. I think is a remake that surpasses the original. The original was like 60s, I think 50s or 60s, and then the remake in the 1981 was just. I mean, they're both good movies, but I think the remake in 1981 with John Carpenter was just a brilliant, beyond just amazing. Scarface also I think is another remake that surpasses the original. Those are two that come to mind. I'm sure there's others, but yeah. I had that burp, Haze. Did I burp? I didn't even realize. Alright, cool, cool. I don't mind. If I burped, I burped. It is what it is. I mean, I can burp properly if you wanna. Silent film. Boom. No text appears. You need a music in a silent movie, like all that piano music. I went to see a silent movie some years back. It was called The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. And I'm not even going to ask if Dan's seen it, because I know Dan's seen it. But it was called it was a show in at the British Film Institute. Was it? No, sorry, South Bank. They were showing it at South Bank. And the thing what they did though, they had this movie which is like from 1920s, I think, and it's a silent black and white movie where they would normally have, like, you know, somebody playing music in a theater, right? But because of course, you know, modern times, they had a band play the music throughout the film. So it was a live band playing music throughout the film, and they were playing more modern music, so it was like very kind of electro inspired, and you know, that kind of high tempo kind of music. So it's a very interesting combination of this modern music with this old movie from like the 1920s or 1930s. And it was a pretty cool experience though. It was a really cool experience. And I did watch that film again like some years later on DVD, where they had like the more old school style music playing, and it was fine, of course, but you know, yeah, if you ever get a chance to see an old black and white movie being played in a theater where they have a live band playing modern music, it's a good experience for sure. Can you burp talk? Ah, you know what? I think I can. I haven't done it for a long time though. I might need to warm up to it. Let me see. Ugh, but that was kind of low. Are you supposed to do it where I can speak like proper loud as well? I'm gonna search that channel real quick though. Kensington Avenue, Philadelphia. It's actually Streets of Philadelphia, Kensington Avenue documentary. Oh, it was like a 20-minute video. Oh, it was different days. So they just filmed this street, and it's just, I mean, I'm looking at the thumbnails right now. I've been watching these videos, but it looks like they just filmed the street and just see what happens. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Was that a remake that surpasses the original? Like, gotta keep safe in the heat, yeah, for sure. Empire Strikes Back. Okay, I think I might miss what we're talking about now. I thought it was still talking about remakes. Oh, I thought we were talking about sequels now. Okay, what about sequels? Okay, is there a better sequel than the original? You can't say T2. Okay, okay. A sequel that's better than the original. You can't say T2. Well, Terrifier 2 is technically T2, so I don't know. You kind of broke your own rules there, Sam. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Uh, Aliens. Oof. Is Aliens better than the original? Ooh, I've not seen Aliens for a while though. I guess it depends on what you like. I mean, I think in general, when you look at sequels for movies, the part two is usually more action focused. Like I think there's a trend in Hollywood where the the second movie is typically more action focused. Not always, of course, but typically more action focused. So Aliens, for example, is more action focused than Alien. Too Fast, Too Furious was more action focused than Fast and the Furious. What else is there? There's a bunch of examples I'm sort of blanking on, but yeah, I feel like the sequels are typically more action focused. Mission Impossible 2, the sequel is more action focused than the first one. So if you like action, then you're going to like the sequel. If you really like action movies, then you're probably going to like the sequels more than the original. But in terms of being a better movie, like for example, is Aliens a better action movie than Alien was a horror movie? You know, in that kind of respect. That's why I'm like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. I mean, I would say I think, but from going from memory, I think Alien was probably a better horror movie than Aliens was an action movie. But then, yeah, I might need to watch those again to refresh my memory. Godfather 2, are you taking a piss? Are you seriously saying Godfather 2 was a better movie than The Godfather? I mean, don't get me wrong. Oh, wait a minute. No, my bad. Sorry, Jake. Sorry. No, you're right. No, you're right. No, you're right with that. You're right. I confused. I was thinking of Godfather 3. Sorry. Godfather 2. Sorry. No, you're right. I got the numbers confused in my head. You're right. Godfather 2. Yeah, for sure. If it's past the first one, Blade Runner 2020. Oh, actually, I'll take that. Like, the original Blade Runner was better. I'm probably one of the very few people that didn't particularly enjoy the original Blade Runner that much, apart from that one scene with Rutger Hauer when he's dying, talking about tears in the rain. Like that. That's pretty much it for me. That's a classic scene, but I did not enjoy that movie. I've seen it a few times as well, and I've never particularly enjoyed watching it. It was just. But yeah, that Tears in the Rain scene with Rutger Hauer is amazing. Like, can't say that. Yes, I was Sirash there. The original Alien was more better, massive experience. Yeah, that's fine. Because with the original Alien, like in terms of being, say, a suspense, horror movie, I feel like they did brilliant with that. And Aliens as an action movie, it's fine. It's not bad, and it definitely has some really cool scenes there. And Vasquez was, I think one of my favorite characters in that one. But yeah. To my memory, Alien was a better horror movie than Aliens was an action movie. So they're just filming like people out in the streets, like picking up Johns and stuff like. Some guy rode up on a bicycle, started talking to a prostitute, or seemingly a prostitute. Do they have to, that's got to be illegal though, or some kind of legal, because they're filming people, they're showing their faces, and I don't know, man. This feels like there's got to be some kind of issue just filming people, because I'm pretty sure they don't have permission to just record people going about their business and just post it online. It was more scary, and you're right. It felt more claustrophobic in those narrow hallways in the ship. Okay, a movie you think should have gotten a sequel but never did. Ooh, I'm gonna say RoboCop. RoboCop never got a sequel, ever. They never made a part 2 or a 3. They never remade it. They just made one movie in 1987 and that was it. They just stopped. So yeah, RoboCop. I'm gonna say RoboCop. They never made no cartoon based on it. They just made one movie. It was a really good movie, but they just never did anything afterwards. Never, ever. Ever. So yeah, RoboCop. I'm gonna say RoboCop. Commando, okay, nice. That's coming up on the Arnie season effects. I think that might be coming up real soon, actually. Is it the next one? Is that the next one? It is the next one, yeah, because Red Sonja was last week. So yeah, Commando is next week for Arnie season. So get ready for that next week. Movie night, Arnie season, Commando. We're in a classic era of Arnie movies now. We're well into the classic era of Arnie movies. We've got Commando, Raw Deal, Predator, The Running Man, Red Heat, Twins, Total Recall, Kindergarten Cop, Terminator 2, The Last Action Hero rather, and then True Lies is what we're ending on. So yeah, we are in the classic era of Arnie movies now. We're in the era of Arnie movies that really made Arnie, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're in that now. Close to the I-95 and a stone's throw away from Delaware River. Kenston is a neighborhood in northern Philly infamous for drug abuse, prostitution. The avenue runs for 3 miles. The Last Starfighter, E.T. It's like a zombie scene in that era. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty sad and tragic what you see in these videos. But I'm also feeling like, I don't know if it's a good idea to just record people like this and then post on the internet. That feels exploitative to me. You know what I mean? That just feels, because it's not. I don't know. Like I'm somewhat assuming they're not getting permission to record people. They're just like, because it looks like they're recording them pretty much secretly for the most part. It doesn't look like anybody knows they're being filmed, or most people don't know they're being filmed. And this guy's just driving around with a camera recording everybody, or girl or guy, whoever's driving around with a camera recording them, going about their business. And that's somebody's face, imagery, nothing's been blurred out. And they're posting it online for their clicks and views, and it's like, okay. Looking forward to next week, yeah. And the police. Oh, and the police just stand idle and allow it to happen. Backstab, 1990. Backstab sounds like a Scream spin-off. Or at least a porn version of a Scream spin-off. Is that Junior? Yeah, Junior's in the. Okay, that was after True Lies. So yeah, that might come up in Arnie season number 2, but we'll see about that. We'll see about that. We'll get through Arnie season 1 first, and then decide what we do from there. Oh, speaking of decisions, yeah, so X-Files won the poll, so yeah, there's X-Files tomorrow, X-Files season 3 tomorrow, so yeah, get ready, get it ready on Zero. It's starting we're going straight into X-Files season 3. Yeah, it's not legalized, they are filming in public, but it does feel like they're exploiting their lights for clicks and views. Because I don't think they're talking to anybody, they're just kind of filming them. There's another channel, do you guys know the Software Underbelly channel? It's run by a guy called Mark Light, I forget his name, but what he does, he's a former photographer. Well, I guess he's not really a former, he's still a photographer, I guess. But anyway, he's a photographer that used to do like commercials, like adverts, and that type of photography. And he felt like at some point that wasn't really his calling. And anyway, the point is, what he does now is this channel called Software Underbelly, where he interviews people from, a lot of them are from, like, you know, these kind of underprivileged neighborhoods, and he talks to people like, you know, maybe they're prostitutes or drug dealers. He's spoken to people who have been on death row, people who've been accused of crimes that they didn't commit. There was one interview he did with an executioner. You know, he's done interviews with porn actresses, porn actors, and just a lot of you know, different people from wildly different backgrounds that you don't necessarily see a lot of. But that's a really interesting channel, because like you actually get to hear their story, and you'll hear about their lives and see where they're coming from, and not just, oh, look at these guys, look how messed up they are. You know, you learn more about who they are and how they got there, from them getting a chance to tell their story. So I thought that's a really cool channel for that. Oh, you know about Software Underbelly? Cool, yeah. Remakes The Fly. Oh yeah, The Fly with Jeff Goldblum. The Blob as well. That was a pretty good remake. The 1980s version of The Blob. Famous YouTuber back in the day who took money which was meant to be for ill kids. If I remember correct, I know it now. If I remember correctly, and kept it for themselves. Oh, that's a cheeky bastard. And have you seen The Inbred Family? And yes, I've seen that one. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that one. Well, I've seen one. There's quite a few of those videos actually. I think he's interviewed them a few times, and some of their like family and friends. But yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, well, some of those, maybe not all of them. Ozzy Bonson's YouTube channel. I don't believe I do. Let me check that real quick. Ozzy Bastard. That William Broham. That's what's coming up. It's an old school channel. Like 13 years ago, these videos are posted. That's another good one. And that's Despicable. It's appropriate funds meant for people. Yeah. Do you watch any more of the Scream movies? I pocketed $6,500. He's by selling one of his teeth online for charity. Was it even his teeth? Like, or his tooth rather? It was his tooth, okay. At least it was his tooth. But still, though, lying about what you're doing with the money. Well, better get on that. Check him out. Not bad. So here's something interesting for those of you who are interested in anime. Hayao Miyazaki, his final film had a big opening weekend. There was no marketing. Like, he did not advertise this film was coming out. I remember reading that was going to happen, but it looks like it has actually been released. I'm going to try and find if it has a UK release. But yeah, it's a pretty big deal because, like, this is supposed to be his actual final film. Even though he's like retired before and come back, this apparently is his final film. Okay. Wait a minute. Why is it not listed on the movie database? Oh wait, is it here? Oh, flipping hell, man. Oh, here it is. The Boy and the Heron. Yeah, The Boy and the Heron. So it's 2 hours and 4 minutes. Well, when is it coming to the UK? Alright, no UK date set. Okay, cool. We're just gonna have to wait then. We're just gonna have to wait. Actually enjoy Scream 1 and 2. Noise. Scream 6 and Trash Movie. Yeah, I still need to get to Scream 6 as well. I've seen all of them except that one. Damn. Actually, where's Scream 6? Is that out in somewhere I can watch it? Not yet. Not yet. Hey, Scream movie out of all of them. The original Jacob did like 4 and 5 though. And then Scream 6 does. Any of the original actors reprised their roles. Yeah. Yeah, I felt like the first 3 movies told a really cool story within those first 3. You know, like that's a really cool trilogy. Like the first, like Scream 1, 2, and 3, and how it ends is kind of like a nice way of just rounding off that story. I kind of felt like they really didn't need to make any more of that. They could have just stopped there, and I don't know, maybe should have stopped there. But to be fair, 4 was okay. 5 was really cool. I liked 5. 6 I've not seen yet, but apparently we need to trash the ending. I was thinking this could be my favorite sequel, and then oof, what's this Friday coming up? Get a cheesecake, Haagen-Dazs, Doritos, and bang through the remaining Scream movies. Okay, you plan on getting fat then, huh? Oh, Jake is going to lose his six-pack over the weekend. So it was a special, and then it's giving spoilers off. Yeah, you gotta see it, Jakes. You and I, we both gotta see it. It's not in cinema no more, is it though? So let's just wait until it's on one of these streaming platforms or something like that. Oh, you know what? It's actually available to rent on Amazon for £3.49. £3 and yeah. You could rent it for £3.49. I just might do that. I mean, I don't want to buy it for £14. That's a bit much. I ain't gonna lie. £14 is a bit much to buy this movie. I'm not convinced I'm gonna like it. £14 much. I'm not convinced I'm gonna like it that much, but I'll do $3.50. I can do $3.50. I don't think I'll get time this week though, but maybe next week. Maybe next week I might. How long is it? 2 hours and 2 minutes. Okay, yeah, maybe next week I could get some time to watch it. Really? Damn it! Just spoil the movie for me, Dan. I have to watch it now. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Just need someone to hate and Scream 6 as much as I do, and then I'll feel alone in this island. But what if, like, you know, Jakes and I watched Scream 6 and we're like, actually that ending was pretty awesome. I'm just saying. Just saying. I might watch it and be like, you know what? That ending was the best ending ever. Now, the Scream movies that stands out to you. Lots of death, violence and gore. Ish. And this is why I'm putting you in a home. Well, I haven't watched it yet. I'm just saying, what if? What if? What if? See, now my opinion might be tainted. I might just say I hated the ending just for the sake of not being put in a home. I might have to do that. My opinion might not be genuine. trying to avoid getting put in a home with a bunch of male nurses. Yeah, there's a few movies that I want to try and watch. Hopefully they come in weeks or so. But yeah, one of them is Scream 6. I'm gonna try and watch that. I also want to watch Extraction 2, because I watched the first Extraction last week and that was pretty cool. I thought it was alright. But yeah, I want to try and watch Extraction 2 hopefully in the coming weeks as well. Yeah, deconstructed horror films, yeah. Yeah, I think the first one was pretty cool how it was done, and you know, when it came out, it was like that, at least to my mind, was the first time you saw something like that in horror where they took tropes and themes and stuff that's been happening in horror movies over the years and kind of turn it on its head a little bit. Yeah, I still find horror movies scary. I think I've watched too many horror movies. Desensitized. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever found a horror movie scary in that traditional sense. Like, I've never watched a movie and been like, oh my god. I don't think that's ever happened. I mean, it's definitely been scenes where I've been like, there are movies I've had scenes where I've kind of had to shut my eyes because they were kind of disgusting. They're like, ugh, you know, that kind of thing. But I don't think I've ever been like scared watching the film. There's definitely been some freaky movies out there that have some mad concepts that have you thinking about it for a while, like, man, that is crazy, what if that was real, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't think I've ever been like scared. I don't necessarily watch a horror movie to be scared. I guess I like the intensity that they can have, or the kind of thriller aspects they can have, you know. Completely desensitized. Things that make you go, Let's create the second and most successful attempt at it. I am fearless. Exorcist nearly made me piss my pants when I first saw it back in the day. I mean, Exorcist was a great movie, and I would say that is definitely one of the most conceptually scary horror movies I've seen. Like, that had me thinking about it for a good long time, you know. And, you know, especially as someone who, you know, does believe in, you know, you know, God and that whole, you know, and the, you know, the devils, and you know, you know what I mean. So someone who's religious, watching a movie like that is like, boy, I better make sure I stay prayed up, you know. You know, better make sure that you know what I mean, devil be out there, man. Let me make sure that, let me not make sure that I get my guard down. You know what I mean? It's like that. Back in the day, instead, is really good. Oh, for sure. Can't watch it in the dark even now. I do agree. One of my favorite is Martyrs. It's not one I watch a lot because it's very dark, but it's also good. Yeah. Yeah, Martyrs we watched on one of the movie nights. I think I'm gonna have to watch that again. I'm not actually, because it was a foreign language film, and I do believe I got the story, managed to keep up to some degree, but I'm pretty sure I missed a lot of it as well. So I think that one I'm gonna have to watch again, just to kind of watch it at a time where I could focus on it. So perhaps maybe do that in the coming week or two as well. You know. You know, you know, you know. How's work been going, Hayes? Work's been alright, you know. You know, cabbing and dabbing. Um, yeah, work's been alright. That's pretty much it, really. I'm trying to think if there's anything's happened where any stories I can tell that's happened recently, but yeah, I guess it's been pretty alright. I mean, I wouldn't say uneventful. You know, I've met some cool people and had some cool conversations, which is really cool to have. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure any stories I could that kind of stand out as that might be an interesting story to tell. Um, I'm feeling scared and hiding behind the sofa. Usually initiate conversations first. It kind of varies. I mean, I try to go by vibe, I guess. You know, some people will get in, and they'll pretty much start a conversation right away, and I can go with that. Um, Other times, you know, I might try and say something like, if I notice something about them, I might, you know, like for example, if they're going to the airport, like I might say something like, "You going on holiday, or you coming, or you finish, you know, are you about to go on holiday, or are you finishing a holiday?" I might say something like that, you know, and then see how it goes from there. And yeah, sometimes you can get, you know, good conversations out of just some basic questions. I try to avoid the obvious stuff like, how are you do? I mean, I don't get me wrong, I do ask that. I ain't gonna lie, I do ask that, but I try to avoid asking that as a conversation start, because it isn't really, it's a very generic question, and most people are just gonna say I'm fine, because they're not gonna open up themselves to a bloody stranger they just got in a cab with. So it's just too much of a generic question, and I know I do ask it sometimes, but I do try to avoid it when I can. Um, and ask something that's maybe a bit more specific. Like if they're wearing a T-shirt, I might say something about like if it's a band, or I mean one lady had a Walking Dead badge, and you know I asked if she was as a fan, and that kind of led into a whole conversation about a bunch of nerdy stuff. So yeah, it kind of varies. Kind of varies. Some people don't want to talk, of course, and it's cool. Just kind of leave that alone. If they don't want to talk, they don't feel like talking, it's fine. Yeah, just kind of leave it there. It's the original French fries. One video is very dark now and pretty filmmaking. Some recommendation, I agree. The dubbed version has the old dubbing issues. Have you had a busy day? What time do you finish? That you get those on the daily. Yeah. Has it been busy? It's probably my number one question I get asked. Has it been busy? Has it been, yeah, it's a number one question by far. I don't mind. I mean, it's fine, but yeah, it is definitely by far the number one question I get asked. Has it been busy? And some people say that they'll be like, "Has it been busy?" Oh, I'm sorry, you probably get asked that a lot. They will say it like that, and they're like, "Nah, it's cool, it's cool. I don't mind." I don't get why people crap out. Maybe it was brilliant. Any horror movies that scared the piss out of you as a kid, and that And you can't believe I'm scared by that. Those we gave Twilight on the movie. Oof. I can't really remember if I was ever scared as a kid. I mean, I don't think so. Not to memory. I mean, yeah, like I said, there was definitely a few times where a scene's come up and, you know, I shut my eyes. Like I remember, like when I watched RoboCop, you know, like that scene where Kenny gets shot in the boardroom. I was like, ah, the first time I saw it. After that, I was watching it again and again and again. But yeah, that was less about being scared and more just that was just so like the most gruesome thing I've seen in a movie at that time, and like ah. Games with Eden Lake, both dark, both great. Actually, Jake, you're a Kurosawa fan. You might know this, but I saw an interview where he was talking about when he was young, like there was this massacre, right? And his brother took him to see the dead bodies. His older brother took him to see the dead bodies, right? And he wanted to look away, right? And his brother made him look at the dead bodies. He was like, "No, keep looking, keep looking." And he said something, I can't remember the exact words, but it was effectively to the lines of, "No, you have to keep looking at the violence so that it doesn't affect you as much. You know, become desensitized to it." And that's what what his brother made him do. So I guess that's kind of like what we're doing now with movies. We just keep watching and watching to the point where we're okay with it. We're okay with the violence. We're okay with the gore. Mary came well. It was my music. I like 12 hours. Yeah, new movies I've never heard of. Nice. The artist side, anxious for it all. Yeah, we're all film fans here. We're all film fans, but yeah, I guess in the end we've all probably seen stuff that other people haven't seen. Apart from Dan, of course. Dan's just seen everything. Dan's seen everything. Because you guys are performing there, it'd be nice to see some entertainment there for a change. Well, somebody's got to do it. The games was messed up, both versions. Fantastic film from Australia. Just hope he doesn't use those Euros tactics. And you're not wrong. My favorite sport. Aussie rules is rugby, right? Okay, it's not, alright. Bookies to get relegated. Oh, that ain't good at all. Man, what do bookies know? What do they know? What do bookies know? I mean, you know, they only study sports, like, you know, in extreme detail to figure out the likeliness of winners and losers to make sure that they don't, you know, lose money on the bets that they take. So what do they know? You know, what do they know? Spurs until they get rid of the manager. Why say that? fast. Still yet to see it. Eden Lake. Okay, so yeah, it's a few years back. Leicester City won the Premier League. I'm happy, you know. All these are going to be impressed. Eden Lake, 2008 film. And also a clothing store. If you're interested, it's a clothing store in Saffron Walden. I don't know where that is, but it's apparently about 35 miles from London. They just find me. Yeah, made £5,000 profit. Oh wait, they were 5,001 before the season started. Buy any merch. You gotta support them, man. You gotta support them, otherwise they will get relegated. You start dropping support now when they need you the most. Like, come on now. Come on now. Can't be dropping them when they need you the most. Underground. About me and the loved ones. Yeah, money probably won't be reinvested. Levi is probably gonna use that to pay for the stadium. Underground. Way better chicken. Yeah. Independent movies tend to have a lot more freedom, and with that you tend to just get a lot more creativity, you know, especially when it's like you don't always have the budget to do things, so you have to find ways to get your story made in the best way as possible with as little money as possible, and that could often, well, maybe not often, but it can result in some really cool creative ideas. So yeah, whereas mainstream movies, I mean, they're fine, but I think especially when it comes to certain types of films like horror movies, they can sometimes feel just a little bit too clean. A little too polished, yeah. They are more free to express themselves. Yeah, yeah, for sure. You feel the same way about music too, so. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same with a lot of areas, I guess, like music. You know, you have more freedom in the independent realm. Um, I mean, there's some really amazing mainstream artists out there, so I'm certainly not knocking it. And you know, there are some mainstream artists that do get to do what they want to do because they've either been around long enough to kind of build up a fan base or build up enough, you know, viability where record companies are just like, yeah, do what you want, you know, just do what you want, you know. But certainly in the beginning of an artist's career, if they go the mainstream route, it could be tough because you have like producers, you have record execs, you have all kinds of people telling you what to do, how to do it, how to dress, when to make videos, who to work with, and all that kind of stuff. And that kind of lifestyle doesn't not really for everybody. So yeah, you can go the independent route and do things your own way. Of course, the downside to the independent route is that it's much harder to reach an audience. Not impossible. Certainly now with YouTube, it makes it a little bit easier, but it's still a lot harder than if you had somebody paying for your promotions and advertising and to get you into this spot and to get you into that TV show and to do all these things. If you've got somebody paying all that for you, that you can reach a lot more people in a short amount of time. Of course, you still need to be good so that people care about you. But yeah, pros and cons to everything. Love from beyond. I suppose I love this stuff right now. Well, I mean, not just right now, but you know, yeah. Wow. Do you play any instruments? I do actually. Yeah, I do. I play guitar. Although I haven't actually played the guitar for a long time. But I do currently play piano. Well, learning, you know, practicing. I'm not a pianist in any. I wouldn't describe myself as a pianist, but I could play a few tunes poorly. So yeah, I think I do okay for the time that I put into it. I think I do okay. Do you guys play instruments? Any music makers in the chat right now? Any guitarists? Any pianists? Jazz? Saxophonists? Trumpet players? Drummers? What we got here? Xylophone players? Any instruments you guys play or have played? What we got here? What we got? Yeah, so I'm still on the piano, Dan. Still doing that. Still tinkering away on the piano. I tend to like practice a few songs at a time, put them down, practice a few other songs at a time, put those down, practice, maybe go back to some other stuff. I mean, I like doing it because it's it helps me with like routine, which is something that I tend to struggle with just in general, and I feel like the piano helps with that. I'm not sure I can quantify how it helps, but I do feel like the piano helps me with maintaining, or at least maintaining a routine better than if I didn't play piano. I'm not looking to be like a professional pianist or anything like that. I'm not putting that kind of time into it. But yeah, I like to play. I like to learn some pieces and play them out. Every now and then I might put a video up, but I haven't done it for a while now, I think. Underground movies are fun because it gives no filmmakers, no, for sure, especially if they win like a competition or something like that. But there's events that you can go to in London where if you really want to go underground when it comes to movies, you have people who are making like they're making short movies. They're you know self-financed for the most part, and they'll show them at these sort of film events that get run by various companies like I can't remember what they're called anymore, but there used to be one that I went to that I used to go to went to a few times. But yeah, they'll show like a short movie being made by in like madly independent, like not independent on a scale where it might get shown at a big time film festival. I'm talking about independent where like they literally shot it in their back garden with money they saved up, with 100 quid that they saved up, like that kind of deep independent filmmaking where people are really just starting out and trying to get their stuff out there. But yeah, places that run these events where you can watch those types of films, and you can get some pretty cool stuff in those. But wow, you also get some stuff as well. Yeah, you've seen everything. The horrible movies, not the answers, not the films. Yeah, I also saw a movie called Made. That's also really good. Jacob, oh wait, that's once again. the movie. I've never heard. Don't worry, man. We're all learning, Jakes. We're all learning. Would you ever do another movie? I think it's safe to say that. I mean, it's not on my mind to do another movie, but never say never. Never say never. I mean, I have ideas. I'm not, I guess, focused on manifesting those ideas at this particular moment in time. But yeah, never say never. I mean, it's something that I tried once and I do still. But, I think it's. Well, hopefully it's obvious that I'm still a movie fan, and clearly I still like cameras and talking in front of cameras. So there's that. So yeah, never say never, but it's just not on my mind as something to pursue right now. Yeah, I have a few ideas. I mean, I guess the thing is like to hopefully not sound too bougie, but I think I spend a lot of time being creative, like whether that's creative writing, or well, mostly creative writing, I guess, really these days is with the videos that I make for the movie channel. Like, so it's trying to be creative in how I approach it and the things I talk about and the jokes and the stuff like that. I've also done poetry for a long time as well, and I still kind of tinker around with the writing on that too. So I spend a lot of time being creative, and with these live streams, I guess I spend a lot of time being expressive. So in terms of that, I feel like there's always going to be something that you want to do. There's some ideas that you're going to have, and that's just kind of part of being, I guess, creative minded or trying to be creative minded, that you're always going to have ideas of something you can do. But yeah, the position I'm in right now, it's also figuring out what you can focus on, like what can you do, because you can't do it all, right? You can't do everything. So what can you do, and then trying to focus on that, and everything else, never say, like I say, never say never. But yeah, it's just anything that's not a priority just has to be on the back burner until, if ever. I'm not on the poetry scene too much now. I'm not really, no, but I do still kind of tinker around with writing. But yeah, I haven't performed poetry on stage for a long time. It's not, I mean, it was something that I think taught me a lot about myself, that whole experience. And something I'm really kind of grateful that I did do, because I feel like I am who I am, and a big part of that is because of poetry. But in the end, I just felt like the poetry scene isn't really for me, and I still feel that way. I still feel like it's not really for me. I still like poetry. I still check out some of the new poets when I can, but that scene is not for me. But never say never. Never say never. Need some books, my DVDs, my baby boxes inside. Move them, put them all behind me. Yeah, all the stuff to get organized. Called freaks. You don't anymore. Stand up. No, I haven't done that either. No. I mean, stand up is something like I did for a little while. It was kind of a challenge to myself, I guess. And just it's shit, I can do it. That's not to say that I'm never ever gonna go back to it, but yeah, again, it's just not a priority for me. But yeah, I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad that I put myself out there and attempted to make people laugh, and even succeeded in some cases, which is really cool to know that I can tell a joke in front of a crowd and they will laugh at it. Of course, I told jokes in front of crowds and they didn't laugh, so that happened too. So it's all part of the experience. Yeah, positive impacts for you. Oh, even though to see, and it's not for you indeed. Yeah, I think it's really very traditional. Actually, I used to find out how big is your TV kitchen and do you prefer media? Big giggity. Still takes less space, but limited editions make me feel special. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Like the streaming movies are so convenient. Like I know I've done this a few times where I've bought a movie on stream, like through Amazon or whatever, even though I already have it in my DVD collection, because the convenience of you watching the stream is like that. But yeah, physical media, man. I mean, I don't want to see it go away, but I feel like it's probably going to. I think at some point you're just not going to have DVDs and Blu-rays or any kind of physical media. Or certainly not like how it is now. You might get special edition, like pretty much, you know how vinyl is when a musician releases their album on vinyl. It's always a limited edition these days. You never get like CDs just get released and it's like you buy whenever, but vinyl's always limited edition these days. And I feel like that's where DVDs and Blu-ray are going. Like every DVD that gets released eventually is just gonna be limited edition, because there won't be as many people buying them. And like Blu-rays as well, every Blu-ray is gonna be limited edition, and they'll just make a few, sell it to you at whatever price, and then once they're gone, it's gone. But yeah, I feel like that's the way digital media is going. You're eventually going to get to a point where not as many DVDs and Blu-rays and things are being released. So when they do get released, it'd be just limited to however many they think they can sell. And then once it's gone, it's gone. What's disc rot? Is that when your disc warps or something? I think everyone will suffer from it sooner or later. To have something tangible. Yeah, no, I hear that. I hear that. Just having something that you can just hold, you can open it up, look inside. You've got like, a whole kind of booklet in there, like pictures and glossary and notes. I think there's some song lyrics in this one as well, or maybe not, can't really tell. They're in there somewhere. But yeah, you could get all that with a disc, There's something where streaming is convenient, but it's not this. It's not this. That's when DVDs becomes unreadable. Oh, I see. Yeah, the cannibal movies. The good with cannibal tribes. I recommend the Green Inferno. Yeah, something about the BBC playing up the license fee. Really, bruh? Why? They need more money to protect their pedophiles or something. Like, what's going on? You ever do a tour of your physical media? I would love to see what video, and I think I did a video like that once actually. I think I did a video like that once. Let me see if I can find it for you, because I'm pretty sure I've done a video like that. If I can find it and put the link up. I'm bloody hell, what I call it. It might be on a different channel actually. It might be on a different channel. There's a channel that I have that I haven't really posted on for a long time. It might be on that channel. Let me just see here real quick. Yeah, it's on a different channel. It's not. No, let me post you the link. Is it still? Yeah, it's still public. That's still public. It's on a channel that I haven't. I mean, well, it's not a dead. Well, yeah, it's on a different channel. But yeah, I'll post the link. It's called. There's a link. There's a link. It's a channel that I haven't posted on for a long ass time, and never say never. I may come back to it, but yeah, it might be a while. Might be a while. Word cannibalism. Well, cannibalism could be cute, kinda. It's up to it, I think 300 channels. All right, nice one. Big up Ben for that. All right, into check out the stream. Awesome. Just subbed as well. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that. I can't upload holocaust. No, other people don't. Well, cannibal holocaust, is that when the cannibals get blown up, gassed or something? I'm planning on posting very soon. Oh, awesome. Braxton. One of the lamest with the wrong tribe type stories. Good idea of the content banner post. Speaking of cannibal movies, actually, so I actually started writing the next video for my movie channel, even though I haven't completed, well, not even the next video, the next video, because I haven't completed the next video yet. So I'm working on Howard the Duck, like why Howard the Duck is trash. That should hopefully be ready soonish. But before I even finished that, I actually started writing the next video, which is why Wrong Turn is trash. And if you've seen that movie, you already know. It's a decent film. It's a good film. I like that film, but bruh, there's a lot to say about it. And I'ma say it. And I'ma say it. So yeah, look out for that for whenever that's ready. Also, speaking of cannibals, do Do you guys hear about this dude called Adam22 and his wife, Lena the Plug? Master Haze does his content, taking notes. Well, I don't know about Master. I just turn the camera on and talk. I don't know about Master. Sequels did become more special. You know, I haven't actually seen the sequels yet, but the first one, yeah, it is a good movie. I actually did like Wrong Turn. It's a decent film, but yeah, it's just like when it comes to taking a piss out movies, which is what I like to do. There's a lot to take the piss out with that one. So yeah, look out for that. Look out for that. And maybe get to the next ones at some point as well. Alright, Wrong Turn. Sequels though. No, you supposed don't sound, the live stream, yeah, for sure. And to allow his wife to do like the yeah, so I heard about this dude. I mean, I know him as a podcaster because was it Jump 20? No, what's it called? Jump No Jumper. Like I've seen some of his podcast episodes where he's interviewed some people, and you know, I thought his podcasts were fine. Like, I mean, I don't necessarily watch all of them because a lot of the people he talks to are people that I don't necessarily know or care for. But when he does interviews with someone that I'm like, oh, okay, this could be interesting. It's fine, right? So that's what I know him from as a podcaster for that. And yeah, then I start seeing his name coming up on my Twitter feeds, talking about how his wife does porn, and she's going to be doing her first porn with a guy since they've been married. Like apparently she's been doing porn with women like the whole time, and now she's doing it with a dude for her OnlyFans or something, and it's like loads of people have something to say about this guy. I mean, I know there's all these words flying around like cuck this and all that. I mean, yeah, you know, it's not untrue, I guess. It's not untrue, but I mean, you know what? When it comes down to it, it's like if that's what they're okay with, bruh, other people's lives, man. But that's mad to me. That's mad. That's mad. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I know there's people have like open relationships, that's the thing, and or polyamorous relationships, and that's the thing. And I ain't here to judge nobody. That's their business. But yeah, that's bruh. But imagine like if you are a porn actress or porn actor, you know, in a relationship with somebody, then that's pretty much what it's like though. Like you have to be with somebody who is okay with you doing your job, otherwise it just will not work. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, this one I guess is a high profile case, or at least it seems to be talked about a lot, but it's certainly not the first time, you know, this sort of thing has happened, right? You know, there's lots of porn actresses and porn actors who are in relationships and still do porn, and it's like their partner has to be okay with that. You know, their partner has to be 100% on board and okay and fine with that, and that's, yeah, I don't think that's something a lot of people can do. I don't think that's something a lot of people can do. Like, I can imagine your wife coming at home talking about, hey, how's work, honey? Jeez. Good day at the office? Yeah, I was really busy. Yeah, it was like, oh, jeez, like that takes something, man. I don't know. But hey, other people's lives, man. Other people's lives. Has anyone seen In Fear? I have not. I mean, I guess I've seen things while I was in fear. That was a lame joke, I know. 2006 should have gone straight to Pornhub. Okay, Guess I got that to look forward to. Driving to a music festival in Ireland, a new couple becomes lost, and they are set up by a tormentor with an unknown motive. Adam's into is crazy. Yeah, did you like it? I love the ending. And that amplified DJ Vlad. I like them both. Oh, DJ Vlad's the interviewer DJ guy. I had like police watch DJ Vlad's channel and use that to catch people, because bare people be going on this channel and just admitting to crimes. Like, why would you do that? Like, police just be watching his channel, just like looking to see who's going to admit to a crime next. Don't have to do no investigation, just like watch Vlad TV and who just admit to it. Is like, alright, makes my job easier. In Fear has a very clever ending. Alright. In Fear, 2013 movie. Hour 25. It's on ITVX. I think you can watch it free on ITVX. Oh no, you can't. You gotta subscribe to their premium service. You can buy it for $3.99 on Amazon. I might just do that. That's right. So I appreciate that. What camera do you recommend when it comes to post on YouTube? I recommend the camera that you have. Whichever camera you have, that's one I recommend. Start with what you've got. Don't worry too much about this model versus that model. You know, that kind of thing could come later if necessary. But whatever camera you have, whatever recording equipment you have, that's the best one to use. Start with that, and once you start doing it, you'll figure out along the way what's more important, and that way when you are looking for a new camera, rather than just buying the thing that all these other people use, you can actually look for specific features that serve what you're trying to do. So yeah, start with what you have, go from there, and then once you've been doing it for a while, you'll figure out which things you need to make your videos better, and you know when you're looking for a camera to look for the ones that have those features. So yeah. My audio and visuals to be on point. I mean, I think a lot of cameras, like a lot of phone cameras, can do that now. You know, you could just like put it up as maybe just make sure you're in a room that's quiet, you know, not be disturbed and things like that, and maybe not too echoey, you know, that sort of thing. Like if you be in a room that's just not too echoey, then you're probably gonna be fine. If you have a car, and you go inside your car with a phone camera, you're probably going to be fine for audio, because that sound doesn't bounce around too much inside cars. So yeah, you can just set your camera up and just speak while you're in your car, and it will sound great, because it's just kind of a confined environment. The best thing to do is to just get started. Otherwise, you'd always find a way. Yeah, exactly. Start with what you have, and you can figure out the rest as you go along. On the right lighting, my games room. I think. Okay, you got a games room. Okay, in that case, you're probably be fine for sound. Lighting, there's lots of different options. I mean, the lighting I use is, I don't even know what it's called, but it wasn't very expensive. It was like a USB lamp I bought, and I think it works pretty okay for what I use it for. I mean, I don't know. I guess you guys need to be the judge of that, really. But the light that I use, yeah, it's literally like a USB lamp that I bought. Nothing fancy. You know, I think it was like £20, £30. I can't remember, but yeah. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. 100. That's a great quote. But yeah, I mean, you can literally just get started with the stuff you have, and when it comes to buying stuff, you really don't need to spend a lot of money. You know, like you can. I mean, of course, everything depends on specifics, right? And what exactly you're trying to do, and what is important to you, and whether it's worth the extra money or not. But in all honesty, like, yeah, you don't need to spend a lot of money, like this lamp, for example. Like, I think I paid like 20 quid for it. I'm seeing it on now on Amazon. It's like £13. So even that you can get a lot cheaper now. Um, I use a camera. The camera I use is a webcam. It's called the C922, a Logitech C922. I think I paid £100 for it when it some years back. It's probably a lot cheaper now. If you, well, assuming you can even still get it now. In fact, yeah, £76. £76. You thought you could get more high-end cameras at this point, if you know. But again, just for like doing your basic videos, the microphone I got was 100 quid as well. It's a what is it? It's a blue Yeti. To be honest, this one I got on sale, so that's probably more expensive by now. But even still, yeah, you can get decent microphones for like £100 or less. You don't need to be spending like, you know, £500, £600, £700 on a microphone, you know, because this YouTuber uses it, or this stream, you know, these Twitch streamers, some of these guys are making millions. Of course, they're gonna have like the most high-end equipment, but I could all but guarantee you that it's just not necessary. Like the sound quality they have, yeah, it's amazing, but is that necessary? You know what I mean? Like when you're starting out, do you need it to be that clear? You know, I'm right now, I am, what am I? I'm about half a meter away from my microphone right now. About half a meter away from my microphone. I'm speaking in a normal kind of voice. I'm not shouting, not quiet, just a normal voice. You tell me how do I sound? And be honest, you know what I mean? You'll need to, like, you know, be honest. Like, do I sound clear to you? Do I sound, you know, too quiet? Do I sound, you know what I mean? Like, if you think that I sound clear coming through okay, and this is on a £100 desk mic, you know, USB desk microphone, it's not hanging from anything. It's yeah. That's what I'm planning on doing as soon as I can next month. So keep a sub. Indeed, indeed. We all got a sub. I'm buying my new Apple Mac because I had Apple is great for editing. Age audio is perfect. I appreciate that, man. But yeah, it's just you don't need to spend a lot of money. What are you saying? So when it comes to that, by the way, when people say Apple Macs are good for editing, I think there's kind of a misnomer with that. Apple Macs are not better for editing than PCs, because what it's going to come down to is your software. You know, whether you use things like, if you're using Premiere Pro, you can get that on both Apple Mac or PC. Like, it's going to work the same way either way. If you use stuff like Final Cuts, I think that's Apple only. Now, whether you prefer Final Cut to Premiere Pro, that's debatable. I've been using Premiere Pro for years, so I'm pretty used to it by now, and so my opinion is somewhat biased on that. But there's also things like DaVinci, which is actually free, by the way. You don't even need to spend a lot of money on editing software. There's one called DaVinci which you can get for free. I've not used it. I mean, I've tried using it. To be honest, it's difficult for me because I'm so used to Premiere Pro. But if you're starting out and you start off with something like DaVinci and learn that, you're probably going to be better off in the long run. In all honesty, like, if I'd have started out learning DaVinci, by now it wouldn't be an issue, because I started out with Premiere Pro. It's difficult to go to something else. But yeah, if you look up DaVinci, it's free. Literally, it is free. I mean, there is a paid version, but the free version does a lot. And the paid version, like with Premiere Pro, I pay £20 a month to use Premiere Pro, right? The paid version on DaVinci is like 300 something pounds one off, and it's done. I think it's like 300, and so it's not even expensive if you go for the full version. So yeah, look up DaVinci, check that out, and if that's working for you, then stick with that. It's getting a lot of good reviews. Like I say, I struggle just because of my background, but you won't have that issue if you're starting out. So yeah, look up DaVinci, check that out. It's probably gonna have, I imagine even if you're coming in fresh, there's going to be a learning curve. It's not a basic software, so you kind of have to be willing to put in the effort to learn it, you know. But starting off with something like that, you're going to save a lot of money in the long run. Windows Movie Maker. How it all started. Hey, you're the man, you potentially could have saved me loads of money on the PC. I mean, I don't want to knock Apple Macs too much. I don't use them because I feel like they're overpriced and they don't do as much. You can spend a lot of money on something and find a PC that does the exact same thing for a lot less. You know, I think a lot of times people like Apple Mac because of the ecosystem. With PCs tend to be a lot more malleable, right? And because they're a lot more malleable, people, you know, you can tinker around with things. You can experiment. You could have it more versatile. You could change this, change that, The problem with that, of course, is that it's a lot easier to introduce viruses. It's a lot easier to introduce maybe parts that cause a malfunction somewhere, and it's not always, depending on, you know, what you're doing, it's not always easy to get help. I mean, you can find stuff online, but getting the specific help that you might need could take a long time because every problem is unique, or at least most of them are. So a lot of times people like Apple Mac because they're so close off of their ecosystem. Anything you buy for an Apple Mac, you know, it's going to work. Any software you download, it's going to work, and you don't have to worry of, if something goes wrong, can I find help for it? Can I fix it? You know, where we get with PCs. So I think a lot of that also comes down to things like how much are you willing to figure out problems? Because if you go the PC route, if you buy a PC from Dell, for example, you're going to get help from Dell for a year or 2 years, or however long the warranty lasts. But after that, you're gonna have to figure it out yourself. You know, and how much are you willing to figure out how to solve problems on a PC once they start arising. And to be fair, most problems on a PC you can solve pretty easily. You turn it off and turn it on again, right? But every now and then you're gonna get a problem that you're not gonna know the answer. You're gonna be searching things. They're gonna tell you, try this, you'll try that, that doesn't quite work. You try something else, and you could be searching for a long time. you're far less likely to get it with Apple Macs, just because the ecosystem is just so closed off to very specific hardware and software. So yeah, there's that to consider as well. Shit, loads on Apple when cheap alternatives. Just send down the good times. Thank you. That's so good. Time people pay extra for the brand. Yeah, there's that. There's that. I'm so used to buying Apple products, I have become over reliant on them. My wallet has taken a faster, and as you can imagine, I understand that. I always for their products, I feel like achieve. But that's the thing. Once you're in their ecosystem, it is difficult to leave, and you know, especially once you've gotten used to how things are done there, because it is slightly different to PCs, and to learn a whole new thing, it's daunting. That's one of the reasons why it's difficult for me to switch to DaVinci. Like I would, but it's just so difficult to learn this whole new software. Like I need time, you know what I mean? I would need actual time to like really learn it, which is I don't have right now. Like maybe one day, you know, God willing, I might be able to get that time to learn it. But as it is right now, like the time it would take me to learn this new software, it's just time that I don't have, which is a shame, because had I started off with something like that, but I'd have a lot more money in my pocket right now. But that's the thing, like once you're in an ecosystem, it is difficult to leave, because it can take a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of energy to learn something else. So yeah, I get it. People who just love the Apple logo. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a cool logo, to be fair, but yeah. And then the specs to some people. Yeah, all those hipsters on Shoreditch. How you finding Fred saying that you see you can deactivate your account, but in order to delete it, you have to delete your IG. Yeah, no, I saw that. I haven't really used it. Well, I haven't used it at all. Yo, what up, Reese? I haven't used it all. I just set it up just for the sake of reserving my name so nobody steals my name. But I have not posted anything on it. I followed a few accounts, and I think a few accounts followed me back. But yeah, I've not posted anything on it. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. People seem to be using it. I just haven't bothered myself. I mean, maybe one day. You never say never, right? But yeah. I mean, it's Twitter, isn't it? It's exactly just like Twitter, and I'm already on Twitter. So why do I need to go to post something on Twitter, then go to Twitter Junior and post the same thing? Like what? I don't. It's just too many. I feel like there's enough social media things already. Like I've got Twitter, I've got Instagram. You know, I'm good. I post on TikTok for my podcast. I generally don't bother with Facebook. I've got a Facebook, but I haven't posted on that for a long time. And Threads is this new thing where it's like, I mean, if it takes off, maybe I'll think about it a little bit differently. But for now, I can't be bothered right now. I'm just like, I set it up, reserve the name. I'm good for now. I'm good for now. Just as long as I know nobody can steal my name, I'm good. Somebody stole my name on Snapchat. I think I mentioned this actually, but yeah, Snapchat came around. I never bothered with it. I was like, I don't see the point of it, so I never bothered. And then eventually, like I had some of my friends at the time, they were using it, so I was like, all right, let me set this thing up, and I set it up, and I type in my username that I'll always use everywhere, and somebody stole it, and I was like, how? So I ended up set up a different username, and I just like, I don't like the fact that I don't like the fact that I don't get to use my own username. So I just never bothered with Snapchat in the end. I set one up, and I was like, I just can't be bothered with this. I can't be bothered with this. It's long. It's long. Bring me you know it. And it has that stuff too. No DMs, no hashtags. Oh, that's pointless, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of people like. Here's the thing about this whole thing that the way I see it, and perhaps I'm missing some things to be fair, but it seems to me that a lot of people are jumping to Threads because they don't like Elon Musk. That's what it seems to me. And look, I'm not going to cape for Elon Musk. I'm sure he's an arsehole just like every other billionaire in the world. He's probably one of the biggest, I'm sure. Um, but it just seems to me like that's a not a good reason, because whereas Elon Musk, you know, he might be more known as being an arsehole, right? Let's be clear. There's no nice billionaires. Like I don't believe there's a nice. If you tell me somebody is a billionaire, I'm gonna struggle to believe they're a good person. You know what I mean? Like I know it sounds kind of judgmental, and maybe just maybe there is that one or two billionaires that are actual good people. Maybe they do exist. But you tell me somebody is a billionaire, I'm gonna struggle to believe they're a good person. Like maybe the things they do isn't known to the world. You know, maybe it's not so obvious to everybody and things like that. But even still, if you're a billionaire, even millionaires, that's and to some extent as well, I'm gonna struggle to believe that you're a good person. So like to me, it's just dumb. Like, oh, I don't like Elon Musk because he bought Twitter for 44 billion. He could have solved world hunger. I was like, well, maybe, but how many other billionaires out there that aren't solving world hunger? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, why get mad at this one person? Like, every billionaire that's out in the world spends their money on stupid things, but you want to get mad at this guy and then jump to the platform run by another billionaire who only got that platform by stealing somebody else's idea. Like, I don't know if you ever saw the social network movie, how he got Facebook started. He stole somebody else's idea and only gave them any money for it because he got sued in court. You know, so it's like, I don't know. Maybe Mark Zuckerberg's a nicer billionaire than Elon Musk. Maybe. But to me, it's like, if you're a billionaire, I'm gonna struggle to believe you're a good person. Maybe you are. I'm not gonna say you. I'm not gonna make that accusation, because at the end of the day, I don't know what all of them do. But so maybe they are. But personally, I'm gonna struggle to believe you're a good person. So for me, it's just like whatever, whatever. I gotta be ruthless to even be that rich when some people pettiness. One should have billions in the bank while people are starving. I know it needs brands, new cars, either it's just luxury. Yeah. I'm just programmed to one newest thing, so you keep pumping out all this crap you don't need. Yeah. No, there is. I don't want to, as long as they enhance social apps for the better, and after it's also whatever happens to them can happen to them. And if you want to prove you're nicer than I recommend by donating a lot of money to me. exactly. Break me off a few of them millions too while you're at it. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's just whatever to me. Like anything, if you live in society, any kind of society, especially any Western society, you know, like chances are you are investing or buying into something that somewhere along the lines is causing somebody harm. You know, like if you live in the UK, in America, or any kind of similar kind of society, and I'm sure other societies as well. I'm only kind of talking about one I know, but I'm sure other societies have similar issues as well. If you live in any kind of society, there's a extremely high chance that things that you buy somewhere along the line, somebody's getting screwed, and you just don't know about it, because why would you? Why would they? They're not going to advertise that that farmers aren't getting paid properly. They're going to advertise that they're buying minerals from warlords who are exploiting kids. You know, they're not going to advertise that. You know what I mean? Like the things that go into your mobile phone, your computers. You know, they're not going to advertise where that comes from. You know, and all the atrocities that goes on in parts of the world, so that we can have nice things over here. They're not going to let you know that. So it's like none of us are good people, really. You know what I mean? We're not good people. Like we're all buying into the same things that continue the cycle of suffering. So for me, it's just like it just feels like what's what virtual signaling. You know what I mean? It just feels like virtual signaling. Like you're not addressing an issue by leaving Twitter for threads. You know what I mean? That's like there's still problems and I'm not going to claim I know how to solve those problems. I don't, you know, but I'm not going to pretend like I'm not a part of the problem either. It's like we're all connected to this beast. You know what I mean? We're all connected in some way or another. And that's the unfortunate truth of living in a money-focused society. Is like we are all connected. We're all somewhere on the lines funding it. You know, so all we can do is all we can do. But let's not pretend like we're gonna solve world problems by joining threads. Like, come on, come on. It goes the way I've been through bad times, which makes me appreciate the good ones even more indeed. So to read something that's just call in about opinions of others. I mean, people buy things they don't really need yet. Yeah, it's fun then. I saw this documentary about this third world place where they collected scraps from dumps every day just to survive. No chance of owning, driving a car, having a business, etc. Yeah, sometimes when we go through life makes us more aware of what really matters. Yeah. Those boys had zero chance. Made me feel lucky for everything I have. Yeah. You know, some good rich people. Manny Pacquiao was very philanthropic. Just pretend I said that word properly. pretend I said that word properly. Philanthropic with his money. He donated large amounts to his earnings to impoverished compatriots in his native country. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Manny Pacquiao was a boxer as well. he was a politician and a boxer at the same time. Michael gave away most of his money to charity. Good man. Okay, there's a few good rich people out there. That's good. But yeah, like, no, it's good. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's good. There are some good rich people out there, or at least on the surface. But yeah, billionaires though. Billionaires, I don't know. I mean, there's yeah, maybe there's a few. Maybe there's a few. Hopefully there's a few at least. Hopefully there's a few. But bruh, if you tell me you're a billionaire, I'm like, all right, that's good for you, but yeah, I am. That's fine. Rich father, greedy, selfish, self-absorbed. Oof. But speaking of being self-absorbed, I need to absorb myself and get some rest, get some sleep, and wake up in a few hours. Guys, next stream to be tomorrow. Remember when he crashed his car into that shop and someone graffitied "Wham" where he'd gone into it? I did not know that, but that's pretty funny actually. I mean, hopefully nobody got hurt in that crash, but that is pretty funny. Wham. But yeah, next live stream should be tomorrow. Watching X-Files season 3. That was voted the winner of what you guys want to watch next. So that's what we're watching next. We went X-Files season 1, X-Files season 2. Now we're about to start X-Files season 3. Watch the first 3 episodes tomorrow, 8 p.m. GMT. If you guys can join me for that, that'd be awesome. But for now, you guys, you've been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for keeping it lively. And until whenever, if ever, hopefully tomorrow. Peace.